Greetings, y'all. It's Matt from the Green Arcade. I am back playing some more Farming Simulator 25. We're back here in Lone Star Plains, Texas. And today we need to harvest. It's going to be the very first harvest we've ever done on here, as far as for ourselves. So let's get cracking. Just a small update. A little fly around here. Bought this combine. Had the forage harvester, corn header, chaff header, whatever you want to call it. It went on sale like yesterday. Yesterday. In-game yesterday. And I was like, wait a minute. Okay, we're going to get something, you know. I was like, well, that's got to be a sign, right? That would go on sale. I was kind of hoping that the forage harvester itself would go on sale, but it didn't. So, if you didn't see any of the YouTube videos yesterday or this week, expanded the homestead here a little bit, built a second harvester silo, built a shed, we changed up the trailer, built a couple of bale sheds, built our combine shed here, and then more recently, built our main silo system back here. So right in here is where we'll eventually put the dryer. I do have the old version of the dryer. I reverted back to that one because the new version of the AGI dryer from Salubuki, it is broken. Or, well, it broke everything else. It broke Swathing Plus and a whole bunch of other mods, apparently. So he's going back and making a fix for that. He's actually pulled that mod from the mod hub. So if you go download Iowa Plains View, you will not be able to play Iowa Plains View until he gets that dryer back on the mod hub, because that mod is required for Iowa Plains View. So it stinks that, you know, it won't work, but hopefully he'll have that up this week. Alright, so we're gonna head just right behind the shop here, kinda. And we've got a field of oats back here to harvest. So we'll go do that. Comes Fuzzy. There's so much to do today. And good morning, Twitchy. Good morning, Fuzzy. So much to do today. Got bales that need to be picked up. Got lumber that needs to be sold. I've got logs that need to be hauled to the sawmill. Gotta harvest these oats. We need to get into September, so maybe hopefully we can have some more contracts and do some more work there. Not to mention cut the corn for chaff. So yeah, decided to go with this harvester because number one, it was cheap. And we're kind of broke. We right now our loan, haven't even looked at it since I put in the silo over there. We're at 1.7 something. 1.785. Yeah. So that's our current status on our loan. Okay, let's load this thing up. So let's do 2 inrows. Automatic's fine. Alright, we'll go with that. Your spawn place is inside the harvester silo? That could be because that's where the farmhouse used to sit. The original farmhouse. So it might be setting you to default because you're multiplayer. You're not the host. You'll probably spawn inside the silo. You should be able to tab out of there though. Alright. Our straw is on. Should be by default. Yep. Because we're gonna bale this. I've already got a tractor and a baler over here. Bought the Krone baler so we can do our grass with that. Put some silage additive in there as well. Yeah, just tab out of it. I think I remember doing that when I used to join a lot of multiplayer stuff. It wouldn't spawn me where like the sleep trigger was. It would spawn me where the original spawn point was on the map. It's too bad it's not like Minecraft, so we can, you know, build a bed out of wool and sticks and carry it with us. Carry your bed with you, and then, you know, wherever you put it down and sleep in it, that's where your spawn point will be, or respawn point will be. But yeah, it's kind of like world spawn. I think it just goes back to the original default. Alright, I've got this Mack truck over here on the trailer. I'm just going to dump into this. Finish out this little pass here. Yeah, go ahead and start picking them up and just put all the grass bales that won't fit into the harvester silos. Just put them all in one of the bale sheds over there. I've got 2 bale sheds over there. I'm going to try to keep the bales kind of organized and separated a little more organized. So I'll probably do the straw bales from this field in the other bale shed. Morning, Adam. How's it going? Going good here. And then I think we'll wait until we get into September, and then we'll start selling some stuff. Sell some silage and lumber and all the fun stuff. I did have a few contracts that I was able to do, but nothing to the degree of, you know, what we had starting out. I think I've done them all. I really do. I think I've done all the contracts. There were no more to pop up in here. There's a lot of the harvesting contracts, but until we get some decent equipment, I'd say we hold off on that stuff. Go back to contract income down here. Right there, right below the green line there. So we had 250,000 in August so far. 321 in July. Get past that save. We had another 332 in June. And only 49 in May. And we had 946 in April. I think everything, you know, big that we've done, as far as like cultivating, plowing, fertilizing, I think we've done it all pretty much. So maybe in September and October we'll get a lot more. Look at the map here. Yeah, I've done pretty much every fertilizing contract I could get my hands on. Everything's dark blue. It looks like the ocean out there. I think it's kind of that way from the beginning though, because you're spawning in and there's like nothing, no contracts have been done from the start, right? So it's like there's every contract under the sun available. I'll say we need this field north of us here. That way we can plow these together and make one decent field here north of the animal dealer and south of the shop. It actually goes over to the highway over there too. But it's in sugar beets. And I'm not interested in sugar beets at the moment. Someday. But not right now. Maybe someday we'll harvest all those beets. We'll get up on our feet and try to farm all those sugar beets. So maybe someday. Alright, and I think it is time. Haven't opened it yet. There we go. The heat right now is no joke. I talked about the heat, you know, over the past few weeks, but it's actually really bad. I hope we don't have like blackouts and stuff or anything like that. That would stink. I think it's supposed to be really close tomorrow. The baler's been changing sizes again. Which one? Because that one, both of them were set to 240. Oh, one that's a different size? Wonder if that's when I got the Crone baler and maybe the one bale was that size. Maybe. Should be at 240 now though, from this point on. I'll have to double check the deer baler that I've got over here when I start baling the straw. Just to be sure. I will say, I've been saving the game, and I've noticed when I've been coming back into the game, sometimes the help window will be open up there on its own. And I haven't opened it. So I don't know if that's a just like a little bug with the 1.21 update or what that's all about. Because I haven't turned on the help menu. It'll be off when I save the game and leave out, but when I come back in, help menu automatically open. So it's closed now. But I'll load up the map and that'll be open just like that. I don't know. You know, they update the game to fix stuff, but then it breaks 5 other things. At some point, it's got to be like, okay, guys, where's it worth it, and where is it like, okay, this is too much. Okay, it's nice that you fixed this thing, but you broke something else that's essential to us. So and I would say the army trucks, that's why I have a Mack truck on this grain trailer over here. The Mack trucks don't unhook them from the forestry stuff unless you are in the homestead or on some type of gravel or pavement, because out in the wild or fully loaded, you cannot hook up and disconnect. We can disconnect, but you can't hook the trailers back up to the army trucks. They sit too high. So I would say those M35 trucks, they need to update and they need to be lowered or something, or at least the mode where you have the option of putting that trailer hitch on there. Maybe make that lower or something, because it sits too high and you can't get under the trailer unless it's, number one, it's got to be unloaded, number two, not out in the wild. It's got to be sitting on gravel or pavement or concrete or something like that. Other than that, great trucks, cheap. It's nice to have them. I'll still carry them. I'll still everything else, but that's one thing that I would change. Either, I really don't think making the wheels smaller would be, it would, I mean, it could fix that issue, but you don't want to change the truck up, right? You don't want to, go to resizing things. Mainly just that, I think it's just that one thing with the hitch, it sits too high. Dump this. There's rumors that there is a Walking Dead coming back, and not like a spinoff, but rumors that there's going to be an actual Walking Dead show coming back. Again, nothing really official, but just rumors. Morning from stormy Indiana. Is it stormy up there? Good morning from the surface of the sun in the deep south. It is so hot. It's going to be hot today. It's going to be even worse tomorrow. Our temperatures tomorrow in the afternoon are going to be close to 110. So yeah, it's going to be super, super, super hot. I think I've done my 2 inrows there, so I'm just going to start going back and forth here. So I hate to even ask what the heat index would be. It's probably, being the temperature 110, I'd say the heat index is probably going to be close to like 118 or 20, somewhere up there. Given the, you know, all the humidity we have, and with a temperature of close, it's going to be close to 110. That's why I say it's probably, you know, going to be, the heat index is probably going to be close to 100, somewhere between 115 and 120 if I had to guess. But the crops are loving it. Awesome. Gonna say we ain't seen rain in a long time here. We need it. We need some. I think we need some rain. I think there's actually some rain in the forecast. Can unload the bale off the trailer. Let me come over there and tell you where you're at. Find something here. Well, it's off the trailer, but it's about now. There you go. It's just a combination of buttons. I don't know what it is on the keyboard, but on my controller I've got it mapped to like left bumper, and it's a combination of Y and X. So I think it's left bumper and then you hit Y twice to I think the first time you hit Y it unlocks it. Second time it frees it up to where you can drop it. But yeah, you actually don't have to move them off the trailer, Fuzzy. If you want to just drive straight over this unload icon, you can. And again, I don't remember what the button is on keyboard, but on my controller it's left bumper and then Y twice, and that releases all of them. Then you can just drive forward, and they should all go in there. And then to reset it to pick up again, it's left bumper, Y again, and X to turn on the pickup mode. Where are you from? I am from the deep south. Oh, is the button I? Okay. Yeah, I've got it all mapped to my controller, so it's easier to do. I'm from the south, the deep south. Adrian, get in the flask. And then Y, okay. I and then Y. Yeah, it's nice being able to be able to map that stuff to the controller. And it may be there by default. I remember mapping a lot of stuff to the controller though. I know the EV mod is mapped to the controller. I did that manually. Redid all the like the hazard signals and all of that stuff. Activating the mainly a lot of it's the EV mod. Alright, I am at 40%, so I think I can make another pass before I have to unload. Yeah, I thought about turning my air down, but then I was like, well, that'll use more electricity and don't want to bog down the grid any more than it has to be, so I'm leaving it at my 72 degrees. It seems to be the room temperature comfortable room temperature, 72 degrees. The universal comfortable room temperature. Now some people, they're like, I tell them, they say, what do you keep your thermostat set at? I'm like, well, usually it's 72 degrees or 73. Yeah, we are in multiplayer. It's not open though. Fuzzy's in here with me. There's a save. And then I'll say, yeah, I keep it usually at 72, 73. And they'll just be like, oh my gosh. I'm like, what? Can't believe you keep it that hot. I'm like, well, what do you keep yours at? And they'll tell me like 65, 66 degrees. I'm like, oh no. I'm thinking your electric bill must be like insanely high. Plus, you know, that might be good sleeping temperature, but that's kind of cold to me. I need it room temperature, which I think is 72 or 73 degrees. I think it's 72. Those are usually the best, like, fall days when you get a dry, crisp 72 degree day. I am so looking forward to fall. Ready for it. Ready for the bird months. They are in 17 days, I believe, when those start. Temperatures start cooling down, leaves start changing. You got soup weather, chilly weather. And when I say chilly weather, I mean not temperature wise, I mean like chili and beans and cheese and Fritos and that kind of chili. Football weather. Apple pie weather. And for all the ladies out there, everything pumpkin spice weather. I'm not a big pumpkin spice person, but I'm okay with pumpkin stuff though. I mean, I'm not a big, I won't just order like a pumpkin spice latte or something like that, no. Honestly, I'd rather have like apple pie or, apple dumplings, apple fritters, anything apple. That to me is kind of a fall thing anyway. So I would almost rather have that than everything pumpkin, but all the ladies for some reason they like the pumpkin stuff. Morning, Big Al. How's it going? Takes forever to unload this combine though, I'll tell you that. It's an old one. The heat continues. Tell me about it. We were just talking about that. The temperature tomorrow afternoon here is supposed to be close to, if not at, 110 degrees. So that's hot. That's hot for anybody, not just for us. That's hot. But normally we see, 90s, and then we'll get into the lower hundreds sometimes, but not 110. Only time I remember one time when we got hotter than that. One time it was 114 degrees. Trying to remember if there were any others. I know we've been close to 110 before. We've gotten up to like 107, 108, but 114 degrees was the hottest that I remember. I think we set some records then. So the heat index was probably in the 120s back then. Yep, ready for fall. Hard to believe that 2 months from now the temperature will actually start cooling down. Normally we have to be about mid-October for it to finally change and stay changed, you know. We'll probably have what do they call that? Indian summer. We'll probably have a cool down, and then we'll have what they call Indian summer, where it will get hot again like summertime. And then in the spring we have something called blackberry winter, and that's when it warms up. But then you have, you know, just freezing temperatures, you know, after it's warmed up. So we usually get that here. But it'll be kind of interesting to see, though, if they'll pass this daylight savings time bill. I almost would rather have the standard time back, because with the daylight savings time bill, that means you're still going to have more time in the evening, more daylight in the evening, but it's going to be super dark in the morning. So if they pass the daylight savings time bill and keep daylight savings time, then it will be like still dark at 8:30 in the morning, which would be completely weird. I think they should pass the standard time, or just pass something that gets rid of daylight savings time, maybe. That way it'll go back to what it used to be. I mean, it'll still get darker in the morning and darker in the evening, but that's part of life. I mean, you can't stop that. That's going to happen. That's a meteorological thing. You can't stop that. Just depends on where, you know, they vote on it and decide to keep the time. I just don't want to change. I don't really care either way. To me, it can be dark in the morning or dark in the evening. I want to stop having to change all my clocks. I'm so over it. Because you have to remember to do it twice a year, and if you forget to do it, your time is off. Even if you don't forget to do it, your time is off, because your body gets used to, you know, when you get older, and you'll learn this as you get older, your body gets used to, you know, certain times, and it's havoc on your body to have to change, even though it's just an hour, you know, here and there. It's just havoc on your body. Let's just keep it one thing. 7 a.m. should be 7 a.m. all year round. 7 p.m. should be 7 p.m. all year round. Whether there's sunlight or whether there's darkness at those times, does not matter. Just keep it. Keep it to where we don't have to change the clock anymore. Either way, I'm fine with it. Yeah, see, I'm the exact opposite, Big Al. I would rather not have to change the clock. Let's keep daylight savings time, or let's keep standard time, but let's just keep it all year round. No more changing the clocks. No more springing forward or falling back. And good morning, Trent. How you doing? I laughed real hard when I saw your Ferris Bueller post in Discord this morning. You're still here? It's over. Go home. Got you a new gaming chair coming Monday? Awesome. Nothing beats getting a new chair. Whether it's a gaming chair or a new recliner or something like that. I'm gonna be due for a new recliner, I think, at some point in the relatively near future. Don't know what I want to get, but I'm hoping right now I don't fill up on oats before I get all the way back to the truck over there. 93, 94, 95. Good morning, Bear. How's it going? $98, $99. Watch, there's gonna be a little left. Watch. Right there, yep. Alright, find another line, Fuzzy. I'm gonna go bring the truck around over here. Should have tabbed the other way. There it is. Alright, is there a field road right through there? Nope, I think I can go all the way around. Borderline, bum 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 bum. Love isn't always on time. Oh oh oh. Who sung that? Was that Toto? I think that was Toto. And your new bargain tractor, the Mahindra? Yeah. I've seen that one before. Current chairs from 2020. Been a good one. But I've spent many hours playing Farm Sim in it. Yep. I've gone through... trying to remember 3 office chairs, I think. My first 2 were just like black fake leather chairs. The last actual like gaming / computer chairs that I had, the last one that I had was a mossy oak camouflage chair. And all of them, you know, you could recline and you could adjust it up and down and stuff like that. But I don't sit in computer chairs anymore when I'm on stream or gaming or, you know, playing Farm Sim or anything. I've got my recliner. I've learned that the older I get, I want to be as comfortable as possible, especially when I'm just playing Farm Sim, you know, just crashing. So I moved my recliner into the studio, and that's what I've got. I prop my feet up, and I kick the back of it back, and just crash and chill. Fun fact, Toto are an English band. Yep. Mm-hmm. think they sung. Didn't they sing the Africa song? I bless the rains down in Africa. And then Hold the Line. I think the first time I heard Hold the Line was back in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Used to play all the time on the radio over there. Here, let me grab this last little bit. It would be just this last little bit. Alright, now I'm done again. Maybe that'll unload quicker. Alright. Well, I will carry this home. Yeah, Hold the Line. Maybe that's why they picked it for Grand Theft Auto, but yeah, Hold the Line's pretty good. I'd say I'd take Hold the Line probably over Africa. It's like Tears for Fears, you know. All bands have their songs. You know, some of them are good, some of them are great. So Tears for Fears, you know, they had Shout, but then Everybody Wants to Rule the World was the better song. I think all bands have their preferred hits, you know, like that. Alright, I need to take the second drive with this. Doesn't really matter, I could go in the first one, but I need to take the second drive with this. Get into the combine shed. I don't know that one, Fuzzy. Is that by Toto? Or is that by Tears for Fears? What was their other song? Tears for Fears had two. Everybody Wants to Rule the World, Shout. They had another one. Can't remember. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't place it. Can't remember the title of it. Mad World? Maybe that was it. It's gonna bug me now. I'm gonna have to go look it up. Okay, Everybody Wants to Rule the World. Shout. Head over. Maybe it was Head Over Heels. I think it was Head Over Heels. Yeah. Head Over Heels. Yeah, that one. Okay. Big L got it. He knows. Close up the combine shed. Till October, I'm guessing. Or, well, probably open it back up to fit our forage harvester in there. But we don't have any more contracts right now, and I think I'm going to go ahead and take us into September and see what kind of contracts we get over there. And I have not seen Sassy this morning. Sassy? Sassy? Here, girl. She may have followed Fuzzy out to the field. May fill her bowl up and she'll come running. Sassy! Oh, Mad World? Yeah. I was thinking of that other one, though. I was thinking of Head Over Heels. Where is Sassy at? Oh, there she is. She snuck in behind me, I guess, when I wasn't looking. How's Sassy doing? Who's a good girl? Who's a good girl? Good girl. I'm trying to pet her. Here we go. Good girl. Alright. Let me go into the house part here. That will take us into September. What time is it now? Almost 8 o'clock. I'm going to take us on to 8 o'clock. Probably going to blink for a second. Yeah. So let's go to 8 o'clock September. Here we go. Oh no, rain. It's a good thing, but... Alright. Head back out to the world here. See what's on sale. There's an X9 combine on sale. But I don't think we can afford that. I'll look what's on sale. The baler I bought. That's how it goes. Right, what kind of contracts we got going on? Harvesting, fertilizing, 38 grand. We'll take that one. Cultivating for 88 grand. We'll take that one. Hoeing for 41 grand. That one. Keep hitting the button. We won't take the 11 grand hoeing one, but there are some cultivating ones. 44 grand. 65 grand. Fertilizing for 41 grand. Hoeing for 27 grand. Yeah, I'll go ahead and take that one. Anything over 20. Plowing for 57 grand. Yep. Fertilizing for 3 grand. We won't do that. Seeing a lot of harvest contracts pop up. I said if we had... I really hate to do this with our small combine because that's a huge field. If we had a more decent combine, I'd say we would tackle some of these pea contracts and the green bean contracts. Because, you know, we can cut those with our own harvester and not something small like that. So that would be worth it. That's a 300 grand contract. Just keep pressing. Just keep pressing. The bar is still moving. Alright. Couple more. Yeah, there's a 72 grand hoeing mission. Another plowing one for 102. Yes, please. Stand by. I'm gonna press it until my thumb gets tired. Okay, my thumb's tired. Yeah, we'll save all the rest of that. Alright, let's get some tractors rolling. I'm gonna put this one on a cultivator. No, I think you're misunderstanding, Trent. Basically, we don't have the equipment of our own to use. Crap. I disconnected, wait. What I meant was, like the pea harvest down there uses the small harvester to borrow. But we don't even have a decent harvester of our own to use on those contracts. If we had a more decent combine to use, like something with a much bigger header and a much bigger tank, then I would probably, jump on that. Alright, where am I going? Need the cultivating contract. Biggest one, 65, 88, 44, 88. I'm going down somewhere on the east side. Somewhere down there. Is it that one? No, it's field 21. Where is that? Is that up north? It is up north. It's over yonder. Okay. Yeah, no, if we had something with a bigger like grain header on it, because we can harvest peas and green beans with that equipment now. Instead of using the regular standard harvester for those crops. And we don't own any of it. We own a little, what is it, the 8820, 8870? That's all we got. That's all we can really afford right now. So I think it'll be enough. The only thing we've really got to harvest this year will be the 2 soybean fields, and I think that will be enough to get those done. But when we start getting into these bigger fields, we will definitely have to have some bigger equipment. And especially when we start merging fields together. A wee bit foggy. next field on the left. Back into the thick fog. Into the thick of it. Check to make sure I'm in the right place. Yep. Hire that out. Alright, I'm gonna take 7R. This on a plow. Find the weight for it though. There's Sassy. He's watching the squirrels. I used to have a dog. Way back in the day. Go outside. You could just say the word squirrel. And immediately his attention would just be to the trees. All you had to say was, squirrel! And he would just freeze. And he would look and look and look and look in all the trees until he could find a squirrel. You can say, look at that squirrel! Okay, plowing, where am I going? Where's our biggest plowing contract? Start with the big one. 102. We're going down to the one just south of the river. So actually I can go this way. Take the old river bridge. I think I did a plowing contract on that field right there and it's still plowed. Alright, I'm gonna trust my memory here. And I think there's a bridge down here somewhere in this fog. Yes, there is. Whew. So I think this is the field. Yep. Alright, got that going. Need to take, I'm going to come back and mow this, I think in October, mow around these fields. I did a little bit already, but I need to come back and just do it again. So for right now, I'm going to take this. Actually, you know what, I do still have the 6M somewhere. Let me see if I can find that 6M. It's out there somewhere. There it is. I can put this on a hoe. Oh, well, I'll probably still need the 6R for the fertilizing though. I'll get this one going on hoeing. Actually, you know what? Let me grab this other one. I'm moving the hose down here and I'm putting the plows back there. That way, we're using that front shed for the hose and plows in the back. So the hose are in the front, plows in the back. All right. Where am I going? I don't know where I'm going. Just need to know where I've been. And that's where I'm going. Past the shop. Really past all of town there. Taking through the fog. I see Fuzzy. Fuzzy's got a trailer. If Sean Sinclair's watching, he should be proud. I'm doing the thing they do in NASCAR where they weave back and forth. Might flip over though with this heavy hoe on my back. Picking up the straw bales. You are here, and you were going there. Next field on the left. Tell you what, I might ought to get some fuel and grab some fuel. Hose. Ho. What do you say in that situation? Like, if you know, you like wagons, ho, but you've got a hose, so it's like hose, ho. Hose, engage. I don't know. Alright, we got, I think we got all of our contract work going now. So we've got, well, we still got some fertilizing. So that's where I need to get the 6R and get him rolling. Let me go get the 6R again. Anyway, I'm just going to leave this mower right here. And the reason why this is open back here, number one, to turn trucks around to get into this thing, and number two, because it slopes. So this actually starts sloping, and you can see where it starts sloping when you go to place this silo down, because the gravel will cover the front edge of the silo. I've got it right where it doesn't, where the gravel doesn't cover it. So this is where it's flat enough to build that. I'm gonna go drop my weight off. I may have to buy some fertilizer. Need to see what the prices are doing too, because we got stuff to sell. I tell you what, there might be some fertilizer in those things right there. Let me see. Might have enough there to do what I need to do. There's a little bit in there. Take it out of here and empty this real quick. Okay. There'll be a couple of pallets in this front thing there too. Back real quick. Alright, let's get the new sky one. You get the same width, which I believe, if I remember right, it's 42 meters. You get the same width as the Amazon with this, but it has a much bigger capacity. So the front tank, you got 200 more liters on that, so you get 2,400 liters. And then the rear one, you get 21,000 instead of 10,000. So it just makes sense. I think I'm just going right across the way over here. Alright, now all the contracts are being done. Alright, so let's go back over here. And I'm going to look at the prices of stuff. Actually, where do we sit? We got $4,000 in there. I need to watch that. See if we can sell some stuff here. Go down to silage. We got a lot of silage we could sell. Let's see. Prices for silage are kind of in the toilet. So we'll hang on to the silage, I guess. We've seen that. It hit 227 last time we sold it. And right now, it's horrible. 211, 212. Better than Ray County, but, you know, we'll hang on to the silage. So that means we need to go sell lumber. Alright, and I think Fuzzy's got the oats. We'll just put the oats in our silo for now. Build that board back here when we get some money. Now we ended up with 32,000 liters of oats. Alright, let's head up to the sawmill. Alright, I'm pretty sure we're going to... What were these called? Hang on, I gotta see what they're called. I can't remember. These are the poles. Wood beams. So we're selling wood beams. Oh, there's a save. Wood beams. Yeah, it's kind of foggy. Wood beams. Wood beam right there. Pretty sure, yeah, because I think the other two are 51.47 at the warehouse and 52.14 at the farmer's market. So guess where we're going? We're going to the farmer's market, and we've got more stuff out here too. So yeah, I'm very happy I took these couple of things of fence out there. Let's go make some money. I think next we'll sell prefab walls. We've got a ton of those. And then we're back up to full stock on the longboards too, so. And then we may even have another load of wood beams. Because I put a lot back into that little storage area there. Yeah, see, the price doesn't fluctuate that much on wood beams, so you can sell these any time of the year. As long as it's over $5 grand. Got my Desert Storm army truck. I used to have, well, I still do somewhere, the army men, you know, like the little plastic army men like you see in the movie Toy Story. I had a ton of those. They were the green ones. I had the tanks with those. I had a little Jeep with those. I had the big C-130 plane. I remember my grandpa got me the big C-130 plane. That's what I wanted one year for my birthday, I think. And he got me the big C-130 Army Men plane. I still have it. It's somewhere. I think I had some tents too. Like they had little tents. The only ones I never got were the ones with the parachute. I never did see those. Still haven't seen those to this day. I've seen them in the movie Toy Story, but I never had the army men with the parachutes. I had every other one though. I had, you know, the bazooka one, the metal detector one. I even had the Sarge one, I guess, or Sergeant one. Alright, I need to go in right here. I'm gonna stop right there where the white thing starts because I don't know where the square there. You can't see the square here, so. All right, we have $3,800 to our name. Apparently, the square starts before you get to the boxes. Alright, and we are up to 102,000. That wasn't a bad payday right there. Let's go load some more. Don't run over people. Don't run over people. Lady, you just walked right in. It's like that scene in Ghost. She's walking through my truck. She's a ghost. Maybe we can pay back a little bit of our loan, but we also need to invest in a forage harvester because it's time to cut our corn. Into the thick of it. I think my neighbors are all trying to get their lawns mowed this morning. I just heard one of them start his mower up. Probably want to get it done before it gets too hot in the day. Because it's supposed to be hot. I don't think it's going to be as hot today as it is supposed to be tomorrow. I think tomorrow and Monday are supposed to be very, very hot. Going out to mow yours in about an hour, Big Al? Yeah, I would say that'd probably be a good idea. Must be a natural spring coming out of this hill up here, because there's fog all out in that field out yonder there. See there? Must be a natural spring out there somewhere. Stop this back here. Enough room to get the walls out of there. All right. And then the wood chips I've just been putting down here. What I'll do is I'll set the pallet down, and then I'll bring the others in, and then I'll just kind of scoot them into where they need to be. Yeah, it keeps it organized. I've become a master forklift driver. I say that now because in a minute I'm probably gonna wreck or launch it across the map or something like that, so I'll just put those right there. Fuzzy, are you a good forklift driver? So what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll just kind of scoot these to where they need to be. Actually, I need to scoot that one back there in the back first. Kind of slide it that way. Just like that. Good thing I ate my Wheaties this morning. Slide it in. Not the best, not as good as Phil. Yeah, we need Phil, I guess. Phil, come back. You can blame it all on us. Phil, come back. Alright, I think I can stack these 2 wide. We're gonna find out. I think these are going to take up more room. Now let me hit you. Yeah, these are definitely going to take up more room than the like the longboards and stuff. Okay. Could make quite a bit of money off of these prefab walls. These are worth a lot more than the wood beams or the longboards. Let me look at that and see how that looks. I think that'll work. As long as I can get the strap on them. Here we go. And I might be able to squeeze some more on the back here. Probably maybe scoot those forward just a hair. Not by much. Oh God. I knew that would happen. I thought I hit the button to turn that off. Let's do that right there. It's like moving a refrigerator, you know, you kind of scoot it around a little bit. You don't have to load that one back up. Let's see, where is the beam in there? Need to scoot it down just an inch more, maybe. Okay. Let me put this one back down. Alright, that should do it right there. Oh, you already put it on, didn't you? Okay, let me grab this other one. I think I can squeeze... I don't know, let me get it up there and see if it'll fit width-wise there. If not, I can just put one across there. Oh yeah, I think it'll fit. As long as I can get the 2 beams out of the 3 down on the surface, then it should work. Another one. Probably got a few loads of these. We can have, I don't know how many total we'll be able to put on here, but we can kind of estimate how many we can haul at a time. Once we get the trailer fully loaded. We can do 4 on the front. Yeah, take the strap off of these back here, Fuzzy. There you go. I'll have to see if I can scoot these a little more. Okay, now put the strap back on. Now you can put the strap back on. Okay. So 4 on the front. Ooh, can I pick up 2 of these at a time? That'd be so cool. If I had them closer together, scoot them together. Widen out the fort. Look at them skills. I wish I could get rid of that camera thing, because when I get into the rafters it zooms me in and then I lose where I'm trying to focus. I need that, what was it called back in the day? No active dynamic camera mod. They had it in the mod hub for 22. Now, can I scoot these things? Well, kinda. I have to get up there and bump them like a refrigerator. Scoot around this way. On in. And scoot over that way. Around that way. Here we go. Think we need to get a quieter sawmill. What? Our sawmill's not that loud. Sorry, I had to refuel on some orange soda. Wonder if I can push all these together and then just pick them up two at a time. Maybe I can do this backwards. Okay. So 4 on the front, 1, 2, 3, 4. We can either do another 4 or maybe 6 on the back. It's hard to see with all the contracts listed over there too, in the way. Fuzzy, take the straps off for just a second. Alright. Tell you what. Take... I'm gonna take the straps back off. At least just on these back ones for a minute. I'm gonna try to scoot them forward. I think I can fit 2 more on the back. Oh, don't go sideways. Don't go sideways. Okay. Scoot, 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 scoot it up, scoot it up, scoot, scoot. Don't go sideways. Thing with the controller is when you hit the joystick, you kind of go sideways. A little bit. Alright, now let's strap these in. I think I can fit 2 more on the back. Can I put a strap in there? Yes, I can. I can put 2 straps in there. Cool. I'll have to load these one at a time. Put these right here. It's easier to do one at a time too. Got a whole building here. This is for a HUD house. You know, like the Jimmy Carter houses. Let me check that one. Yeah, I need to scoot it forward a little bit. Alright, you can put the strap on. I'm gonna grab one more. Oh, there will be a save right then. Alright, take the strap off, Fuzzy. Alright, you can put the strap back on. And we're ready to go. When I honk my horn, that'll be our all clear signal. That means we can go. Alright, you drive. I'll ride in the buddy seat. You know, it's funny in these trucks, when you ride in the truck with you, you can't see you. So if you go in cab, you're not there. Out of the cab, you're there. So we're both there, but if I go into the cab, you're not there. You're a ghost. Truck is driving itself. Be sure and tell them Large Marge sent you. I'd be afraid to turn that thing back on with the arms. If it was just your arms there and just your legs driving this thing, that would be even freakier. Alright, I'm going to go back out. Alright, we're going down to, I'm pretty sure we're going to the farmer's market. Let me double check. Prefab walls. It seems like everything goes to the farmer's market. Elemental P, QR, P, C, planks, PLP, prefab, potatoes. There they are. Had to find them. All right. So let's see. Warehouse is 89.82. Yep, farmer's market 9,000. We're going to the farmer's market. All right, so how many did we fit on here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 prefab walls. I think we've got another load up there. I'll have to go back and count them. Oh, it's getting foggy. On the west side. Yeah, next drive. And right, stop the front of where the walls start on the front, right here by the cab of the truck. And right before you get to those boxes, just go up to the boxes and then kind of stop there with the line of the front of the prefab walls next to the boxes there. Right, a little bit more. Right there. Whoop, go back. Go back. Go back. A little bit. Back a little bit. Back here. Put it in reverse, Terry. Back it up. Back it up. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit. A little bit more. A little bit more. See those brown boxes down there? Put the front of the prefab walls right by those boxes. Right, kind of on the other side of where the boxes start at. Back it up, Terry. Back it up, Terry. Back it up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Oh, Lord, Terry, Lord, what you doing, Terry? Back it up, back it up, back it up. A little bit more. All right, that'll work. Take the straps off. Yay. Now pull forward and sell the rest of them. The sell zone is not big enough. Here we go. Alright, that's not a bad payday. We went from 104 to 226. So what is the math on that one? 226 minus 104. So we made over $100,000. We made what? 120,000? Does that sound right? 122,000? Roughly 122,000 for all of them. Yep, that's a load. We're going back for another one. I want to go down there and count and see if we got another full load of prefab walls, because that's a pretty good payday. I can't enter that. I can't tab to that. I can click on it, but I can't tab to it because we don't own it. That's the sawmills forklift there. So let's see how many we got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 next to that. So that's 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we've got another full load. And then we'll have 2 left over. Cool. Go ahead and get them loaded up. All right. Now wait right here. Alright, you can strap those. Grab some more. Down. Alright, now I've got to start doing one by one. So... yeah, take that strap off. Yeah, take it off. Well, actually... Okay, that did strap. It wouldn't strap from this side. Yeah, you can put it back on. It wouldn't strap from this side for some reason. What I need is like some long forks on a forklift. If these blades were just a little longer, I could pick up, I'm pretty sure I could probably pick up two like in front of each other, and then I can put them on that way. So I could load them like this, but two at a time, if the forks were longer. I don't know if that kind of a forklift out there exists, or I know back in the day we had some that you could put on like a wheel loader that were longer. That's a wheel loader. That's articulated steering and a whole mess. Needed on a forklift. All right, you can strap those in. Good morning, Tomcat. How's it going? We're selling some walls. I think we made 120 on our last run with these, so should have another 120 here. And one more. And then we'll just save those other two for the next time. Alright, you can strap that one in. Alright. All clear. Let's roll. Oh, you can see our engine. Oh no, Fuzzy's flickering. Oh no. Alright. So we have 225,000. And now we have 350,000. So we made a little bit more on that one. We made 125. I think we made 122 the first time around. Say, did the price go up on them? The price actually went down. I don't know. Science that one out, if you will. Maybe there's a delivery bonus or something. I don't know. All right, well, we got 350. come back and sell some more here. But I think before we do anything else, we need to probably start moving the silage to the main silo out of the harvester silos, because I think I have both of those deactivated at the moment. Well, that one's not, and it needs to be, but they are full. So yeah, let's move all the silage over to the main silo. And if you want to use this truck, I think you can disconnect this in the farmyard, like where the gravel's at, and you should be able to reconnect it. But yeah, there's the other truck. It's full of wood. Contract guys are still rolling, except for this guy. I need to move him. Where's he going next? Going way down there. And I need to collect that one. So this should take me right to that bridge. And I think I've got enough to do that field without having to buy more. I think I've got enough to cover it. We'll find out. Ew, you tried the cat poop coffee? Ew. Tastes like caramel, chocolatey coffee. It tastes a bit earthy as well. Well, yeah. I would think it would taste maybe a little bit earthy because it belongs on the ground. Ooh. It's gonna be a no from me. I have no desire to drink cat poop coffee. So, you know, more power to you if you do. And yeah. Nope. It seems like that should be on like an episode of Fear Factor. One of those things that you know, you're like, okay, on this episode of Fear Factor, you're gonna have to drink coffee beans that have been pooped out from a cat. Alright, now which field is it? Is it this one or this one? That's the farthest one, so it's this one. Okay, that's good. Hopefully there's enough there to get this done. It looks like a payday candy bar. Well, I just, you know, sometimes, and then, you know, I don't go to public pools anymore, but sometimes you see a candy bar floating in the water. It's not a candy bar floating in the water, okay? Not a piece of a candy bar floating in the water. Just like that. That's not a payday laying on the ground. I still have the question of, okay, who was the first person to pick up the payday bar off the ground and be like, I wonder what this tastes like in coffee. And then when they discovered that it was pooped out from a cat, they still said, hey, I wonder what this would taste like from a, you know, as a coffee. You know, so yeah, I'm fine. I'm good. You guys, again, more power to you. If it were the last coffee on Earth, I would probably demand a recount. Just, you know, no. Alright, I'm going to let this guy fertilize. Hopefully he'll have enough to get this done. I'm going to take my first break. So you guys on YouTube, we'll see you in the next video. Always remember, you reap what you sow. Matt from the Green Arcade. We'll see you in the next one, YouTube. Bye.